Okay, today we'll be talking about the hardest Pokemon to find. And somebody already did this for the main series, but what about the spin-offs? Because there's definitely some hard to find Pokemon in there, in those respective games. But now let's talk about them. Number 10 is the future Pokemon. The future Pokemon are absolutely, the future Pokemon found in the future of darkness. Are absolutely some of the most tedious Pokemon to get. The hardest part is the fact that you have to. The only way to get the Pokemon is these Pokemon is through secret mystery dungeon from a code that has been spread around the internet. But the only other way to find them is in this. They're easy. The reason why they're only at number 10 because they actually made that dungeon mandatory and actually easy to access in the game. Number 9, Porygon. A lot of Pokemon from Temple Tower are really hard to find. Porygon is no exception. You have to go to Space Rift and there's only like 5 floors to find it. 5. And the chances is really low. The chances is really low. Number 8, Chansey and the original Pokemon Red and Blue Mystery Dungeons. They Chansey became easy to find in the later ones, but good lord, Chansey. And when I see a pro at Pokemon Mystery Dungeon and you know everything, Chansey will be easy to get in Pokemon Red and Blue. But if you're weak and if you not spend your time all day, and like me, and pause the game every minute and make sure you do stuff, and once you do like have like 999 of each item, Chansey is, you'll never get Chansey. The way to get Chansey, easy way is to use the Bulbasaur and go to 50th floor, but you only have a really small chance of finding it. So basically, you can't get it. Number 7 is Pidgey. Pidgey in the original Red and Blue version. You can't find them. You can only find them in this one dungeon, only for 5 floors. 5 floors. What logic is that? You may ask. No logic. There's no logic behind that. Number 6. The only reason why no unobtainable legendaries and gates to infinity. The only reason why they're here is because they're meant to be unobtainable and not supposed to join your team because they're huge. They're huge Pokemon. Like on the battle screen, they look like free spaces. But seriously, they should be obtainable and actually playable in the game. But the only reason why they're at number 6 because they're intended not to be obtainable. Number 5. Solrock and Lunatone. Solrock and Lunatone are extremely hard to find. You have to go to Space Rift again to find these two. 6th floor to 9th and like 5. I think it's like I don't know, I don't remember Solrock, I think it's like 7th to like 12, but they're really hard to find. Number 4. Metapod and Jigglypuff. You have almost no chance of them making them join your team. No chance. No chance. And also by pure luck. Pure luck. They cannot join your team. They will not join your team. Number 3. Hardest Pokemon to get. These next 3 are going to be really hard Pokemon. Number 3 Pokemon is Mew and Red and Blue. Mew is really hard to find, but Mew has a really high chance of him joining your team. But it's really hard to find, and so hard to find that you want to go, like, hit yourself after searching probably like 100 million times finding you. Number 2, the hardest Pokemon to find and or recruit are the Pokemon that are only seen. No, the hardest Pokemon to find are the Pokemon is number 2 hardest Pokemon to find in Mystery Dungeon games is Execute. Execute in this game has like a 1% chance of healing, and like 1 out of like 5 chance of joining a team. And sometimes you not even see it. You'll never see it. You'll never find it, and you have to evolve into Exeggutor. So Execute and Exeggutor really hard to find. And number 1, Celebi and Jawati. Jawati is easy to find because he's found in Witch Cave, but Celebi, you have to have only one Pokemon on a team, no items. You can bring into the dungeon by yourself. So Celebi, and let's go through 984s of pain. And what's the absolute pro at Pokemon Dungeon Survival? You cannot get this guy. Too bad you cannot get Celebi, because Celebi is impossible to find. Other Pokemon include Bronzor. Can't really hard to find. Lugia, really hard dungeon to go through, and the dungeon that required a Sacred Swab. Pokemon that require a Sacred Swab. Those guys, impossible. No, really hard to find. And all the Pokemon, and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon explores the sky, and Time of Darkness, that are not found, but you can actually evolve them from other Pokemon. So those guys, though, these honorable mentions. But that's the hardest Pokemon to find. It seems that Red and Blue, it seems that every Mystery Dungeon game starts to Pokemon, and also another honorable mention are the Pokemon in those stupid places, those stupid gold rooms. Absolutely tedious to get down. Absolutely one of the most tedious dungeons that I've ever did. That's why that's another reason why Gates to Infinity sucks. Cause the other sides that we're seeing how to get, well, I just have to pay money to get them. That's the only reason they're not on the list. Cause you either go pay money to get them, or suffer through it.